So let's start with our smart bulb project. So on the left hand side there is a 9-volt battery with a connector on top of it, and on the right hand side you see one 12-volt bulb. So let's make the connection. So if you see, this 9-volt battery is sufficient for this bulb. It's working. So let's do one thing. Let's connect one wire and let's leave the other wire open without connecting it. So you might be wondering why I'm using a battery. For the simple reason that DC connection or the DC current is far more safer as compared to the AC current. And I would also request you to please use a 9-volt battery and do not experiment with the AC current. For any reason, if you really want to use AC current, I would request you to do it only and only in the presence of somebody who's expert. And God forbid, if there is any damage, I will not be responsible for this. Please make sure that you do it safely. The next thing that we need is a relay, and this is how the relay looks. So if you see on the right hand side, so we have negative, positive and signal. So this one will be connected with the ESP8266. So if we see on the other side, there is a provision to connect three different wires. So the middle one we will be using. Now along with the middle one, either we can use the right one or we can use the left one. So if you see the diagram here, so the middle one and the right one, this one. So this is normally closed. So what essentially it means is the connection is created by default, and on the contrary, if you see the other diagram, the left one, so this one is open. So this is called normally open. So let's say there are two wires and these two are connected. So this one is normally closed. So you have to write the code to disconnect it like this. On the contrary, if the wires are not connected, this one is normally open and you have to write the code to make the connection like this. So for the purpose of our demonstration, we'll be using normally open. So we'll be using the middle wire and the left one. So the maximum load that this relay could take is 10 ampere. So say for example, you are in North America, then multiply 125, which you see on the right hand side, with 10, that would make 1250 watts. So that is the maximum load this relay could take. If you go beyond that, this relay will melt. Similar way, if you are in somewhere in, say for example, Asia Pacific, then multiply 250, which is on the left hand side, with 10, that would make 2500 watts, and that's the maximum load that this relay would take. Similar way, if you are not using AC voltage, you are using DC, then multiply 30 with 10 in Asia Pacific, and in the North America, multiply 28 with the 10. One other quick request, please make sure not to put this relay on the metal surface when it is connected. So as I explained, one wire will go in the middle connection, and the other one will be on the left hand side. So we are going to make one normally open connection. So I'm going to connect this one in the middle and the other one in the left hand side. So let me do it quickly. So the connection is made. This wire is going in the middle one, and the wire from the bulb is going to the right hand side. So this is a normally open connection, and that's the reason this bulb is not on as of now, because the connection is open. That means connection is not connected. So let's proceed further with the ESP connectivity. Okay, the next thing that we need is one ESP8266. This is the development board, and other than that we'll be needing few wires, so technically 3 wires. So the yellow one, it will be connected to the signal on relay. uh, Black one will be connected to the ground or the negative on the relay, and the red one will be connected to the positive. So let me connect it quickly. So the yellow one from the relay, which is the signal, it will be connected to the, I'm going to connect it with the D7 on the ESP8266 board. So this one is the D7. Uh, the red one, which is the positive, this should go to the 5 volt, and on the ESP board, 5 volt is V in. I repeat, V in. So this will be connected to the V in, and the negative will be connected to the ground. Okay, so now the connections are set up. So next we need to do is, what we need to do is we need to connect our ESP8266 development board with the computer, and we need to transfer our program. So let's do it. Okay, so as you can see, I have connected my ESP8266 development board with my computer. Now the next thing that you need to do is you need to open up VS Code editor and open the Platform IO extension. For those who are not familiar with the Platform IO, I would request you to go through my other videos which contain step-by-step installation details of the Platform IO. So let's create new project and let's give it a name, Smart Bulb or Smart Light. Now look for the board Node MCU. Just type Node MCU and you will get this Node MCU 1.0. Let the framework be Arduino and click on Finish. So on the left hand side you will see the project Smart Light. Open platform io.ini, and here we need to make one entry, that is monitor underscore speed is equal to 115200. So this is the default baud rate for ESP8266. Next, expand source and open main.cpp file. So I'm just quickly going to replace this code with my code. So I have defined one variable relay which is D7. So the reason I declared D7 because our yellow wire, which is this one, this yellow wire is connected to the D7 of the ESP8266 development board. So right here, this is going to the D7. Next, here we are setting the baud rate. We are setting the pin mode to output because we are going to use the bulb. And in the loop method, we are saying digital write and we are writing it to low. Now the reason we are writing it to low, because we are using normally open connection. So when we say normally open, to make the connection we have to set it to low, and the vice versa. So for normally closed, we have to write high here. So next we are giving the delay for 3 seconds, and then we are again saying digital write to high. That means we are switching off the bulb here, and then for 3 seconds we are waiting. So every 3 seconds bulb will turn on and then off. So let's see, let's compile the code by clicking here on the tick button. Okay, now we need to upload the code. So click on the arrow button at the bottom. So if you see, light is turning on and off every 3 seconds. So we are able to control the light with our code. So next thing that we need to do is we need to connect our ESP board with the Wi-Fi, and after that we need to implement the MQTT. So let's implement the code for Wi-Fi and then let's understand what MQTT is. Request you to please like my video and subscribe my channel, and do not forget to hit the bell icon. Thank you.